We are back, baby. The Packers got a much needed victory on the road in Minnesota, 30-13, putting us in a first place tie with the Packers having the head-to-head tiebreaker, and that should silence anybody with an IQ lower than 10 who actually thought that the Vikings would win the division. How could anyone be so stupid to think the Vikings are an actual threat? They have no quarterback, they have no receivers, all they have is Adrian Peterson. So, where's the threat? Morons. Anyway, also, these same people actually said the Bengals are a strong threat in the AFC. Well, their loss to the Cardinals, who are actually sorry enough to lose at home to the Rams, says otherwise. This is what happens when you only have one receiver and no quarterback. You lose to teams that even pushover teams can beat. And it's going to get a lot worse for the Bengals because they have to deal with Pittsburgh again down the line. And as we all know, the Bengals are going to lose that game by at least 28 points. The AFC South has gotten a little bit better. 2 500 teams in the division now. I think that's the first time in about a month. Indy with a comeback win over Atlanta, and Houston beat the Jets. So both teams are 5-5, tied for first, but Indy beat Houston early in the season, so they have that tiebreaker going. And of course, the Patriots and the Panthers stand neck and neck at 10-0. I don't know when the last time two 10-0 teams coexist in the NFL, but it's really something to see. And those two teams can actually clinch playoff spots as early as this week. And Carolina is part of the Thanksgiving triumvirate of games playing against Dallas. A game I find interesting because Carolina is only favored by 1 point. You know, they're 10-0 and Dallas won for the first time in 2 months. And some people are saying Dallas is going to beat Carolina because they're at home. Well, I don't know. I believe in anything being possible, but the odds are Carolina should win. They should win, but it should be an interesting game. And as I said, Carolina and the Patriots can be the first to clinch playoff spots. New England could actually wrap up the division even before December begins. All they have to do is win, and the Jets and Bills. No, the Jets just have to get beat. They already clinched the tiebreaker over the Bills. They swept the season series. They won both games, so that takes care of that. And it's a crowded wild card race in both conferences. There's an influx of 5-5 teams that are just itching to get spots. But that's the beauty of Thanksgiving and the month of December. We'll see all that played out the next 5 weeks. It's going to be very, very intriguing. And teams we thought were out of it are actually in it. The Buccaneers are 5-5. They got a big win in Philly thanks to Jameis Winston throwing 5 touchdowns. So that win, they're 5-5, more than twice their win total last year. And the only one game out of a playoff spot, they actually have a legitimate shot to get in. So that really makes things interesting. The Chiefs too, they have a shot. Matter of fact, out of all the 5-5 teams, they're the one with the main tiebreaker, so they're actually in the playoff position. Whoa! Again, this should make for a final few weeks of the season, especially if some of these races come down to week 17 on the first Sunday of the New Year. But as far as divisional races, the AFC East and NFC South, those are over. Cincinnati's back-to-back losses have brought Pittsburgh back in. They're only 2 games out, and they play each other again. And of course, the NFC North is now a dogfight. with Green Bay and Minnesota battling, but that's going to change. Minnesota's reality is hit the Vikings now. They lost that game, and they're going to lose a lot more, and we're going to win a lot more. You can bet on that. But of course, there's the NFC East and the AFC South. Those are the ones I really have my eye on. How many wins is going to win that division? How many losses will the division winner have? Will it be 7? Will it be 8? Will it be 9? All I know is both teams after 10 games, both first place teams are 5-5. And with the way each of those divisions go, anything can happen. Anything is possible. We could see 2 sub-500 division winners for the first time ever. And you know that's going to cause chaos. That's going to have people crying, oh, these teams shouldn't be in the playoffs and they shouldn't finish in first place. They shouldn't get a home playoff game. Well, the teams below them should have won more games. We need to stop pandering to crybabies. Simple as that. Speaking of crybabies, Tom Brady will be headed to Denver to face the Broncos, but that game won't have as much pomp and circumstance because Peyton is out. So it looks like the Patriots will have an easy road to 11-0. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting for both Carolina and New England the rest of the way. With 16-0 talks looming. So, one more thing. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and a special moment at Lambeau. Brett Favre's number 4 is going to be retired at Lambeau Field. It's going to be a wonderful moment for Packer fans, not just there, but Packer fans all over the country, including myself, who have watched that man play and throw the ball like nobody ever before. This is a wonderful honor that the man truly deserves. It's a long time coming. I'm so happy that hatchets were buried between the Packers and Brett Favre. And this is happening in such a great form like this on prime time on Thanksgiving on national television. So it should be a wonderful, yet another wonderful Thanksgiving in the NFL. And of course, the beautiful thing about Thanksgiving is it does start the playoff talk. The races get intense and nail-biting and oh so entertaining. So with that, I say to you, happy Thanksgiving to you, and enjoy the rest of the season.